up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by the Obviously Lee Authentic channel. My name's Leah. It's spelled L-E-A and not L-E-A-H. So we're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you see me looking down, it's my handy dandy notes. So let's get into this, y'all. Not much happened this episode. I think the things that I thought was important was Erica and Sutton, Erica and Lisa, Lisa and Scott Disick, and then, you know, at the end, Sutton versus Crystal. And then we got a little sprinkle of Garcelle in there, which I think helped too. So I think we could get Garcelle out the way. Garcelle is happy that she's a part of the Real. Unfortunately, she's kind of like a little upset that, you know, she's not in person. She's not doing the talk show thing in person. She's doing it on Zoom because of what we all going through right now. Oh, excuse me, y'all. So she goes downstairs. Her boys are down there. They're 13, and, you know, she asked them about dating. Both of them are kind of like, I don't know about that. But in my opinion, I'm happy Garcelle said, you know, I want my kids to see what a healthy relationship looks like, because nobody needs to be alone. It always struck me weird or as odd when parents would be like, oh yeah, I've been divorced, but I didn't date anyone the whole time I was with my kid. And that's understandable if you want to dedicate that much time to your kid. But I just always thought it was weird because it's like when your kids leave, it's kind of like you get empty nest syndrome. And then I feel like you start making hasty decisions based off of like wanting someone near you because you just dedicated all this time to your kids. So I'm glad she said she's going to live her life and show her kids positive relationships, which is the best thing. So she also brought up at the end of the thing about her kids, and then she was trying to like tell people not to judge a book by its cover, because she was talking about her son, her oldest son that she didn't have with the white guy. And she basically said like he was lost for a long time. Like he had a bout with drug addiction. Then he met this girl that had 3 kids. I think she said like 8, like 5, and like 2. And Garcelle just thought like, bro, you are effing up your life. Like you're 29. Why are you about to attach yourself to someone with all that baggage? But she said that was the perfect thing for him. Like he's healthy now. She has a grandson. They had a baby together, cute little baby, and she feels like all of the kids are her grandkids. So like she was like it was the best thing for her, and she was trying to say don't judge a book by its cover, which I don't think the situations are comparable because she was using that in conjunction with Scott and Amelia dating. But I got where she was going. Like she's like, you never know. Like some people could be the best thing for others, but this situation is just gross and it's weird. And then again, it is like where they live in LA, Hollywood. That is what people do, to be honest. Like she even mentioned, so we'll get into Lisa and Amelia. So basically, Lisa Rinna is giddy as hell that her daughter is dating Scott Disick, because we all know Scott is attached to the Kardashians. He dated Kourtney. They got 3 kids together, and it's like he's a part of the family. So like she is happy because Lisa always wanted her daughters to pop off like a Gigi and Bella did, like Yolanda's daughter Hadid, their kids. But the thing about it is like Gigi and Bella got kind of like that it factor, and on top of that, they daddy got money got long money. Like I remember there was a show on E that was supposed to be mimicking Real Housewives, and I think their father's like new wife was on there. Baby, they showed the home. That mansion was wild. I think they had like a ballroom in a basement, y'all, and not like a little small ballroom. A ballroom big enough that probably you could fit at least a good 80 or 90 people down there, and it would still be enough room to fit another 20. I was so like enamored by how big their house was. So like they have money, and then on top of that, Yolanda was a high fashion model. Not what Lisa Rinna is, but Lisa Rinna is a catalog model. And that's not to say what she's done is like like beneath Yolanda or anything, but like in their world, you can't compare the two. Like Yolanda was walking on like like being featured in Vogue and walking on Paris Fashion Week. Lisa been featured in like the JC Penney's catalog. Like they're two different things. So I think Lisa has always wanted her kids to be like Bella and Gigi, and she's even stated it in some episodes like way back that that's what she's trying to get to come up. And so like she is just happy that her child is with Scott because she keeps mentioning it. Like she just keeps mentioning it, and it's kind of like, girl, okay, we get it. He with her. Okay, we got it. It's weird because he's 37 and she's 19 and they ain't got nothing in common. Because honestly, they ain't got nothing in common. They're 20 plus years apart. They have nothing in common, bro. Are they 20 plus? Let me do the math. Y'all know my math be shaky. Y'all know my math be shaky. Let's do this. 37 minus 19. Okay, they 18 years apart. But that's still a lot. That is still a lot. So I was just kind of like, why are you so giddy, lady? Like she was pressed to bring it up. She brought it up with Erica. Then at the end of the episode, they bring it up. And I guess in their minds, they can justify it because Erica got married and dated Tom when she was 28 and he was 61. And then Erica Harry Hamlin, which is Amelia's father and Lisa Rinna's husband, was with his wife when he was 28 and she was 44. So in their minds, this is just what people do. But we can tell, like, I really think Amelia has been bit by the fame whore bug because the way she said on the phone when Lisa was like FaceTiming her, I'm with Scott. And it was like, girl, say the man's name. Like, say his name. And then you're being featured everywhere on blogs and tabloid sites, but you can handle that kind of stuff, but you couldn't handle the eating disorder. And I would feel like that would make it worse because everyone's coming at you. So I don't understand why you would attach yourself to somebody who's a part of one of the biggest fame whore families in the world they have millions of subscribers on Instagram. Like millions. I think like they're close to being like all of them have like over 20 million followers. So it is just weird to me that she got with him when it's like you were just complaining a couple of seasons ago about feeling judged and critiqued by everyone, that it does not make sense why you attached yourself to someone like that, other than you trying to pop off and get clout the same way your mama wants you to. So it's a bit much. I was with everybody else. Like, they asked all the women would they allow their daughters to. Sutton said she gonna lock her child in the house and spank her. Garcelle said hell no. Kyle said no. And then like Kathy was like, because Kathy is Paris Hilton's mama. She was like, this ain't as bad as it could get. And then not Lisa, but Erica's kind of like, I was the daughter who dated the old man, so I can't say nothing. So I was just like, this is gross. So then we see Erica and Sutton together. So Erica and Sutton are going to a spa. Sutton rented it out. And I think Sutton is just trying to show Erica that, like, you have a friend in me. I've been through a divorce with someone who has equal to almost the same money as... I was about to call him Eric, as Tom, and I think she just wants Erica to know that, like, she has a friend. So they were talking, and things kind of came out. It was kind of messed up, but when Erica was on Broadway for Chicago, Tom never came, which I was like, he never came. In them 5 months she was on Chicago, he never came. I think it's 5 months, or it could have been 5 weeks, but I thought that was wrong. I really did. And the reason why I thought it was wrong is because that's a big deal. Like, Broadway is a big deal. Broadway, for a lot of people who are like theater kids, that is like hitting the big leagues. Like, all the shows that have been on Broadway, like The Color Purple, Wicked. I love Wicked, y'all. Wicked, Raisin in the Sun, you got the Aladdin one, you got Lion King. The Lion King is fire. Like, you have all these wonderful plays like West Side Story and like all these adaptations of stories on Broadway, and it's a big deal, and he just never came. And I thought that was wrong. Like, I think Erica is hamming it up, trying to really paint herself as a victim, but I do think that maybe she accepted a lot of things from Tom because he had the funds and because he was funding her lifestyle, that now that things are like shaky, I think she's just like, okay, I can bow out gracefully without having to be attached to him. Because it is weird that she is showcasing like this producers and everything. The show is showcasing how Tom is dismissive and can be very mean. But I really do think that maybe he's always been that way, but Erica just placated him and kept up the facade like everything was going good, that he was a good-natured man and all of that stuff because he was funding her lifestyle. But now that he ain't got no money, I think she just like, you know what? I don't got to lay up with no 99-year-old man no more who ain't got no money. I got this show. I'm going to be all right. So I think that's what she's doing because, and like, I think I mentioned it before, and if I didn't mention, they don't know that Erica, like, none of the ladies really know about Erica's legal situation. To be completely honest, I was watching a clip of Watch What Happens Live on IG, and Garcelle was on there, and Garcelle basically said that, because Andy asked her, she was like, so did any of y'all know about the legal situation? And Garcelle was like, no. So I've seen a lot of people being like, they are being hypocritical and being so nice to Erica, but they treated Denise so badly. And the truth of the matter is, like, they don't know about all the legal things going on with Erica and Tom. So right now we're getting like genuineness from everybody, because I think to them they're just like, oh, she's done. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on that we don't know about because Erica's so like cold and doesn't like to share with people. And now, now this is happening and she's trying to move forward with her life. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So they don't know about like him stealing from them victims, allegedly, even though, and all of the money, like all the bad things he's done, and they're just kind of being nice to Erica. So then we get to the end, y'all. Actually, this is the first time I like Sutton, one of the outfits Sutton has wore, the little black bow. She looked really cute with her hair in a ponytail. It gave me like Lady Gaga vibes, that old, one of her old music videos with that guy who had the skull tattoo over his face, where she had that slicked up ponytail and she was in that suit with them high heels. I love that music video. I can't remember the name. But, oh, and also, I just looked at my notes. Before I get to Sutton versus Crystal, Portia is dramatic. So Kyle's daughter, Sophia, came back, and, she goes to school in New York. And they surprised Portia because, they're having a bar mitzvah for her because Mauricio is Jewish. And I guess they converted to Judaism. And she sees her sister, and baby, she broke down. And at first, I was like, oh, she's dramatic. But I guess she was just like, Kyle, from what Kyle said, like, Portia is upset that, like, her sister is so far away because she loves being around her sisters. But she was so happy to see her. It was cute when they touched feet. And, like, she was like, oh, my God, I can't breathe. I was like, Portia, chill before you have a panic attack. I was like, where the little girl inhaler? Get an inhaler for the baby. But it was cute. It was a really cute scene. And Mauricio was just tickled. And so was Kyle. So I think that was wonderful that they surprised her like that. So let's get into this. So Sutton versus Crystal. So this is my thing, y'all. I am really conflicted with Sutton versus Crystal, and here's why. I think Crystal is being mean. I really do. And I think she's just picking at Sutton because Sutton is an easy target, and she knows that, like, she's the weird, kooky, old Southern white lady, and, like, she ain't gonna get far in this town. And my husband's an ex-Disney director. And I also feel like Crystal has a right to feel how she felt. And it's just like, I'm really conflicted because I understand where Crystal is coming from. Knowing that Crystal has body issues, she probably really did feel violated with Sutton just walking in. They just got into an argument, and then Sutton being like, oh, you know, what you doing in here? Trying to make the awkward situation like funny and like, you know, and then leave. And Crystal using the word violate is a strong word, but if that's honestly how she felt, that her privacy was disrespected and her boundaries was disrespected or violated, then she has a right to say that. My issue with Crystal is you keep saying you trying to leave it, like leave it at the door, let it go, like I'm done with this, like we're good. But they keep showing us videos and like clips of you speaking to everybody, and the story is kind of getting worse each time. Because I was kind of happy Dorit spoke up, and Dorit was like, no, you made it seem like she was gonna do some creepy shit to you. And Crystal was like, oh. And like, I also understand why Sutton is upset, because she was like, violate is a strong word. And I was glad Garcelle brought up that she was like, in this day and age, using the word violate is like a lie. And I was happy that Kyle said there's other words that you can use, like embarrassed, awkward, rude, but violate is a strong word. And it is a strong word. But if that's really how she felt, then Crystal has a right to feel that way. I just think Crystal is dragging it at this point. And I was glad Sutton stood up and was like, girl, I didn't go in there to violate you. Like, take that word back. And I was also happy that Crystal stood in and it was like, no, that's how I felt. But my thing about Crystal is you keep saying you want to dead it. You want to let it go. You want to cut it out. You want the story to go away. But you keep bringing it up. You keep bringing it up. Like, that's the problem. And this point, she didn't bring it up at the dinner. It was Kathy, because Kathy didn't know about it. And Kathy thought it was funny that Sutton made a joke out of the peeping Tom thing and strip teasing. But like, and then Crystal was like, well, you know, I felt that way. And I honestly do think, I don't know, I just feel like Crystal's just picking at Sutton at this point. Like, you already made her look dumb the past 2 episodes with the whole thing in Lake Tahoe, because Sutton did put her foot in her mouth and she was acting like a whack-a-nut. But now it's like you keep telling her that you want to dead it and that you're done, but you keep bringing it up by the conversations that you're having with everybody else. And I was kind of happy that the table stood up for her, although it was kind of messed up that they were dismissing Crystal's feelings. But Crystal stood in her what she meant. But I just feel like Crystal is just, you dragging it. And then we gonna get that scene where Crystal was like, you're jealous. And so it's like, I'm jealous of your ugly leather pants. And I'm ready for that scene. I hope after that, we move it on from Crystal and Sutton, because at this point there's nothing else that they can talk about. It seems like they had a miscommunication, and that's really what was it. Like, Sutton put her foot in her mouth. Crystal, and I also think Crystal has not really explained to them why she felt violated. Yes, she brought up that she has she had an eating disorder when she was in high school, but she says it's under control. But I don't think she's expressed how, like, she's just very uncomfortable when people see her naked. She's very critical of her body. So, like, when people see it and it's not, like, a positive reaction that she's expecting, it hurts her. And I think if she were to say that, this would be more understandable. But the fact that, like, she keeps saying it's done, it's over, it's done, it's over, it's done, it's over. But it's like, it's not, it's done, it's not, it's done, it's not, it's done, and it's not, it's over. So I don't know. And I don't know why I just did that. But I'm done, y'all. Remember to be bravely authentic. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.